Hi everyone.
Welcome to the live. We've got Tasha tonight.
Sorry we're a little late.
Yeah, that's okay. We've did we do it in the event or did we do it on Facebook? That's alright, whatever.
Oh, should I have done it through the event?
Sure, we'll find out.
We can restart it.
We can.
It should come up, shouldn't it?
I just did it through Business Suite.
We'll see what happens. So we're still learning, apparently. We've never done these before.
I feel like it would notify.
You know what I just did?
What's
I
that?
went to find the Zendaily page and I typed Facebook in instead.
How'd that go? I searched Facebook on Facebook. Did you find it? No.
Oh,
Did you
have
find
you tried this like meta thing and you search it and then
It's
the
so
meta thing
annoying.
comes up and it's like
Oh, it's like, go away.
Oh, it's
search what you
working.
want.
There it is.
Alright, we're there.
Let me just get into it. I'm the comments moderator tonight.
The comments moderator. So I hope everyone's doing well. We're really excited to have Tasha here today.
Yes.
We love it. We love the idea of having new people on to sort of, just talk about what they do and give you guys a bit of insight into things that you may not know. Because I must say I didn't know much about mediumship before meeting you. So
me
I hope
neither,
you guys
actually.
get a lot out of it because, I know I definitely am learning more and more and more as Tasha works here and we have little chats and stuff.
yeah.
So, yes, Tasha, what is a medium?
Oh, Val, look, everyone has a different sort of concept on that, I've noticed. So it's confusing for everyone because they're like, isn't that someone that tells the future or isn't that someone that, anyway. But the main thing of being a medium is connecting to people who have passed over. It's
Hi,
all the
Tash.
ones that have, crossed, passed away, animals, people.
That's so cool.
It's cool that you can have animals come through. I don't think a lot of people would know that.
Yeah. It's strange how it happens, but they'll bring through their own evidence, like they'll show their characteristics and what they used to do. If they were a bit of a biter or something like that, like they'll show me somehow to signify if they're big, they're small. Horses come through and birds and stuff like that too.
That's
So
awesome.
it's really interesting how it all
Yeah.
incorporates, yeah.
So how when you say they show you, how do they show you? What does that mean? What does that look like for you?
So it's very different for everyone. Sometimes I'll get like a memory of one of my own pets like come up and I'll see something my pet used to do and then I'll be like, oh, did your dog do this? Did they chase their tail or did they bite or something like that? And sometimes I'll get like little zoom ins or I'll just, it's weird too. It's like I know what it feels like. You know how the wiry dogs feel really wiry and things like that. I'll feel that in a way and I'll be like, oh, was the hair like wiry? Or I'll see heaps of fur just on a couch or something and I'll know they shed. Like it's weird how it shows up, but it's like...
That's so cool. So it's almost like it accesses all your previous knowledge to sort of show you what the person. That's cool.
Yeah, my readings work in a really similar way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be really abstract and you kind of have to like have a conversation and try and work it out together.
That happens often. I have to work with people.
And very symbolic.
So cool. So, what made you get into mediumship, or have you always had it?
I haven't always had it. I got into it by losing someone. And I think that's all it takes. You lose someone and then you're like, it can't just be nothing afterwards, you know what I mean? Like you feel empty and stuff like that. And I went and got a reading and the reader told me, you can do this. And I was like, oh, cool.
So what were your beliefs before you lost that person?
I thought it was just nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't really...
Like
I
an
didn't
atheist?
really believe in it. I didn't really... It was like, oh, we go. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's the logical thing behind it. Like, we just pass away. That's all. Yeah, so definitely flipped it. Because I was skeptic before this, just so everyone knows. Didn't believe in it. Thought it was a bit...
Same.
a bit of a movie, you know what I mean? Didn't really think it was real.
Until you start experiencing it, it's hard to really comprehend a life outside of what we know and what we physically see. So I can understand that it would be hard to comprehend that until you've experienced something to go, oh, well, explain that.
Yeah, well, even when I was doing readings at the very start, I was like questioning myself. I was like, am I a scammer? I don't get this. And I would like test myself with so many readings, like people I didn't know. I'm like, let's see. And then at the end of the reading, I'll be like, how do I guess? It's so accurate every time. Like, how is it gets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everyone's first thing, or they read your body language, they, you know, see your facial expressions and things like that. And I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
Even if you are good at that, statistically speaking, if you're guessing, you expect to only get it right around about 50% of the time.
Yeah.
So I myself have had a similar experience. It's like, how could I have known that?
Yeah.
There's no way that I could have known that, you know. So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Tash is asking, how much is a session?
So it varies. So from Spirit Connection, you're looking at $80 for half an hour, or $120 for a full hour.
Yeah.
The 30 minutes is really good if there's one specific one you want to speak to, and you don't really want, you know, like you're happy with the shorter session, but like the hour's best if you really want a deeper connection, or if there's a couple or something like that.
So just so people understand kind of the process, can you target who you connect with?
So not really. Whoever comes through will come through, and I did actually get asked this heaps, like, you know, how come people who want to come through don't come through? And my only way of thinking is that we're all different energy levels, and as I'm connecting, I might be closer to John rather than Bob, and so John will come and I'll hear him first before the other ones. But there has been times in a reading where it's been an hour and I've gotten spirit and they've gone, look, I didn't really want to hear from them, like thanks for coming, but I didn't want to hear from them. And I'll say, okay, so there's someone specific, and I'll zone out and I'll zone back in and I'll really try and get that specific one. Like, but we won't try so hard, it'll just be okay, clear the path. It's like a bit of a clear the path, let them through. If they don't come, that's it. But I do try and help people that way.
Yeah.
It sounds so rewarding too. Like when you think about, you know, how painful it is to lose someone you care about, and like the pain, like we did our grief and loss chat not like long ago, to be able to have someone to be able to just, I don't know, have that clarification that they're okay, or like how do readings go for you? Like, is that what it's all about? Like, what are they about?
It's literally just about, like, I don't have big expectations with it. All I want when someone leaves is to just come a bit, like, leave a bit better than they came about it. You know what I mean? Like, so
a bit more at ease.
Yeah, just a bit more. Oh, they're alright. Because so many times we're so stressed, we're like, oh my god, were they in pain? Did this happen? Did this happen? And like, our minds are crazy. And a lot of times through readings, like, spirit just bring comfort left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, people are like passing and they're unconscious and things like that. People often say, oh, did they hear what I said to them, and things like that. And spirit will mention that to me, and they'll say, hey, they spoke to me, I heard them tell them it's alright, and they'll fix it in that sort of sense, you know?
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love that. That's so cool. So we've got a comment from Chanel. I'm going through an incredibly stressful time at the moment. A lot of people are, darling.
Yeah,
so
you're not alone.
yeah, you've definitely got your community here for you.
Yeah.
So you and I had a really interesting conversation over messages a little while ago about how long should someone wait after they've lost someone to go and see a medium.
Yeah.
Can you just talk us through, like, how, you know, what you think, how long they should wait and why and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so heaps of people put different rules on it, but mine is, I know that each loss is a little bit different. Like, you know, losses are different for you. So I always suggest to people that it's just when you feel ready, like you need to go through it. Like when it's obviously hard every day, but when you can get to a point, and you'll know that point, when you get to that point where it's just like, okay, I can do this successfully without it being too difficult, is when you sort of do it. Like, you don't jump straight into it, and people do jump straight into it sometimes, and it's just,
It can be quite devastating.
yeah, it's just worse.
It's over emotional, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're still in that grieving and heavy emotion, so it's hard to really comprehend anything that comes through. You're still like, oh my god, is this real?
Yeah, and like there's a thing, I think it's called like psychic insomnia or something, and it's like in a reading, you go to the reader and your mind go blank, and you just cannot think, and the reader's saying things and you're like, I don't know, and you can't answer it. And that's a big thing that happens when you're in the depths of that grief stuff. Like, people will say something and you'll be like, oh, not sure, and you know, you're paying for this session and it's not really working out, and then you literally walk out the room and it's like, oh my god, that's this, I get that now, and it's makes sense after.
Yeah.
So basically, wait as long as you can.
Yeah,
I
wait
think.
as long as you can. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because they're always going to be there. Like it's not like,
Yeah.
and they're not going to be like, oh, she's taking the time.
You
know what I mean?
time's irrelevant,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Time's
Like,
something
they're
we
pretty-
made up.
Yeah.
That's insane. I love that. When I had my reading with you, it was just so accurate, and it was like, oh my god, that just came through so quickly, and just and I love that you give like evidence to sort of make sure that we're on the right path and we're thinking of the same person.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really it's cool. Like I was blown away. Like, holy crap, she's come through quick, and never thought of that. Like brought up different things that I hadn't thought about in ages. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty instantaneous. I don't think I've ever had to really sit for long
Yeah.
to connect to someone. Someone always shows up, and that's the thing. Heaps of people say, I haven't really lost anyone, or like, no one's really close, and it's like people are coming, and I'm like, oh, this person, and it's been happening heaps recently, and they're like, oh, I didn't really know them. And it's
I
like,
just realised. I said that when I sat down for my reading with you. Oh, I haven't really lost anyone. A month
you lost
later, three losses in a month. Like,
Shit,
I
maybe you should have said that out there.
oh yeah,
Yikes.
you won't be saying that anymore.
No. Chanel, seeing you girls and tuning in really helps me so much.
Aww. I look forward
Are
to
you
seeing
a
you
bit cold
tomorrow
enough?
night.
Do you want
I'm
me
a
to turn
bit
the heater
chilly,
up?
but it's alright.
I'm
I'm gonna get some meat on you guys. It's a bit chilly.
Do you want a blanket?
Yeah, just go under the blankie.
We'll get off the blanket. She's shivering.
She's a bit chilly over here.
She's shivering.
Yeah, let's get cozy. That's what this is all
Is
about.
that better?
Yeah, come.
Like, cuddle me.
Snuggle in. I need body heat.
We'll snuggle in. Warm. We don't want it to be cold.
No, she's like shivering over here.
Aww. Do you guys have any questions? Like,
We've got some comments coming through.
Yeah.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
I don't know what to say because you do it every day. You don't. You know what I mean? You don't know.
So Tash asked, do you hold someone's jewellery or do cards? What happens exactly?
No, don't really need jewellery. Sometimes I have talking to heaven cards, but I use them after I've made the connection. So it's literally just my senses I'm using.
It's just a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just chatting to them, really. And then people sometimes freak out because I'll look in a corner or something and I'll talk like that and I'll be like, are they right there?
It's more like you kind of
You've
check
got it
it
That's
out.
just,
Yeah.
that's where I'm focusing my attention, and like if a couple come through, I'll look there, then I'll look there, and I'll be like,
Have you ever seen like physical embodiments of spirits or
yeah, but
not?
it's not a whole. It's like a zoom in, Like if you had a binocular and you just went like that, and zoom up. Like I did a reading the other day and I saw a big nose. It was just a big nose. And I was like, did this person have like a really big nose? And they're like, yes, absolutely, that's what it was. Or they'll like zoom in on some stubble.
So you won't see a whole image.
So I don't get to see the
parts.
whole thing, but they'll just zoom in on different things.
That's interesting how they do that.
Different characteristics.
Yeah.
Different highlights of them, I suppose. Like, yeah, I see.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's check the rest of the comments. Hey Tracy.
Oh, hey
Tracy's
Tracy. Good to see you. Sorry about not being here yesterday.
So Tash asked, how long have you been doing this for? She's whipped the finger calculator out.
What is it, 2024?
Yeah.
5, almost 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but so that's funny. So I haven't done it my whole life. Everyone just sort of thinks that you do it your whole life. I haven't done it my whole life because back then I thought it was just a coincidence, or I thought it was just.
Oh, that's
you know what I
interesting.
mean?
So
Like,
you've
it
always
wasn't-
gotten messages.
So I reckon
that
I've always gotten it because I know when
Yeah.
my pop died before anyone said pop died, and I always thought, no, I've just thought that
It's just
because
coincidence.
that's he was our mum. I just thought that, and now I look back at it and I'm like, actually, no, Tasha. Because how do you just know
Yeah.
when someone answers the phone that that's the call they're getting? Like, how did you know that? You know? And like, there's different things like relationships I've had and like friendships and stuff like that. Like, I've had a really bad nibble, and then it's turned out that person wasn't really good, and you know what I mean? Like, so it's always been there. It's just I haven't realised. A bit sick.
I think we're all skeptic, and honestly,
We all have
like,
to go through that
yeah, and you're
process.
so young and you've already like stepped into this. So like, really, like, I can't imagine the
You
more
got
and more
10
you
years
grow.
head start on me. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the more and more you grow this, it's awesome that you're at this point where you are now because, you're already absolutely incredible. So I'm excited for your journey as you just evolve, you know, and it's so cool. We have Tasha, she comes here once a fortnight at this point for readings, and it's been so much fun.
We're going to have to increase that. More, I don't know, something's going to change. People are going to be more open to it.
Yeah, I think so too. And then I think at the moment a lot of people are wanting like a bit more answers, and we know a lot more people are sick, and a lot more people are passing away, and a lot more people are starting to be open to this world, which is really good for us because I think it's really healing for people to have that concept and to know that the person who's passed away is still there with us. Like they literally are. They're just in a different vibration now, and to be able to access that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So can anyone access that? Like, is that
anyone can do it? You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Everyone on this life can do it. It's something that everyone can literally do. But I say that everyone can do it, but not everyone will do it.
Yeah.
Because it is tough. Like when you think about it, like I'm meeting strangers, and like all of a sudden I'm being told of all these different things, and it like can be really heavy sometimes. Like it's a bit of a whoa, you know, and you've got to be in a really good space yourself to be able to do that for others as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got some comments from Tracy. This is about the...
Oh, right.
That's okay. It was lovely to meet Jess. We'll make another trip down soon.
Beautiful.
And she wants to know, are there any particular days to book?
So Tasha's here Friday fortnights at the moment, but if we get enough interest, Tasha is booking other days. So we are pretty flexible. It just depends on you guys really. And so are there days, like if you were to do a second day, would it be like, we did a Wednesday last week?
Yeah, it would be, I don't know, I was thinking about it because I was like, I don't want to step on anyone else's wanting days. I was thinking Tuesday because who comes in on a Tuesday?
Nobody.
You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know. I thought Tuesdays sounded like a good day.
Yeah, and at the start of the week people are sort of fresh and we had the weekend to sort of, you know, think about things, and I think Tuesday probably works really well.
So potentially a Tuesday.
Yeah.
At this stage, every second Friday.
Yeah, 100%. So
you can
I think that works
message
for
either one of
Tracy
us to
because
work
Tracy
out.
comes down on the Tuesday. But yeah, definitely. Any other questions? What are you thinking? What do you guys got? Have you guys got any questions?
Got any more questions?
I'm curious to see what you guys think about all this sort of stuff. Have you guys ever had a reading before?
I've never seen a medium until I went and did one with Tasha.
See, I'd seen one at Mind Body Spirit Fest. That was the what's her name? The
Cowgirl Medium.
Cowgirl Medium. She was cool. But that's the only experience I've actually ever had. Because I didn't really understand like what it was. I think I was a little bit scared too.
Yeah, but that's actually something people say all the time. They go, I'm just scared of what they're going to say. But I've never had a reading where it's like they've said anything that's been like scary, or the person's felt scared. Or you know what I mean? It's completely different. I don't like horror movies, but I'll talk to a spirit at any point.
I think people are scared because they expect energies on the other side to kind of think and act like people do here.
Yeah, true.
And that it's scary because you don't know who or what you're talking to and that kind of thing. Whereas I personally believe that when we cross over, a lot of things change, and you know,
there's none of that envy and greed.
And ego, and you know, like why would they want to scare you if you're contacting them out of love?
And I do wonder if it's like the horror movies are what kind of make it bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And the stereotypical medium where her fucking eyes roll back.
I
know.
I like that. Laughing about that because I thought, you know, people are going to come here and not see my face, and they're going to go to a medium and they're going to expect that lady. In the club.
Oh, there's a guy here.
Like,
got your
into
little
my
fluffy
body.
beanie on.
They'll into my body.
No, it doesn't work.
It's
like
not
that.
completely different.
No, and if you've had a reading, it's similar to a reading. It's just Tasha's focus is on past people who have passed.
Yeah, and I have so much respect for spirit. Like, I will literally let a spirit chat to me for ages. Like, you know, I'm very
Well,
welcoming.
it's a pretty big honour.
Yeah, it is. And you learn about their life. what
Yeah.
they did, what they accomplished. You're just like,
Wow.
wow.
Mm.
That's so beautiful.
It feels
I
like you
love
know
that.
them by the end of it.
Mm.
That's so cool. Like you get to meet all these people. Mwah.
Oh, I just don't get to remember it all. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's like, it's gone.
It's
You're like,
gone.
back to
Oh my
left.
god, it's the same with my readings. I remember little snippets from some of it,
Yeah.
but usually once I leave the reading, it's like blank
It's
slate.
gone. And
Yeah.
they message you again. They're like, "What did you mean by this?" And I'm like,
I don't know. You have to ask me these things.
or
Yeah.
they read book like ages later, and they're like, "Oh, you said this. I just don't get it." And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. That was then. This is now.
So Tracy said Tuesday would be fantastic because
Woo!
it's her day off.
Yay! I think Tuesday's
Tash,
it.
my birthday's coming up on the 10th of June.
Ah.
I think I'm going to tell my husband to book me in for a birthday present.
Oh, I think so.
How
Oh,
special.
love that. Love a good
So-
Gemini.
Question: what has been one of your biggest blockages in doing this and stepping into this role? What's something that you think has held you back or made you, have you been scared or?
Yeah, so scared that people aren't gonna like me. I had another page before this page, and it was called TLS in between. I thought it was really cool. That's when I started. But I used to get hate comments all the time.
Yeah.
Like just for people that I didn't know, and they called me a waste of space, a scamming, they really get in there. And it got to a point where I was just like, I just don't want to be me anymore. Like I don't want to do it,
Yeah.
And I had to really try and overcome that and say no, because I'm helping people. It doesn't matter that not everyone believes. Because that's the thing. I don't care if you don't believe. Like that's alright. I'm more than happy for that. Just be nice.
Yeah, right?
Like don't call me a schizophrenic or something like that. Like just be nice about it. And that's the biggest block.
And that's the hardest part with humanity, isn't it? Is people who haven't even experienced this at all just jump to conclusions and
Or
think
you
that
get
we're
put in the
evil.
same category as like the bad ones that are around.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like they go and see one bad
Tarnishing.
one, and then they're like, okay, everyone's bad.
yeah.
You'll just get put in the same box.
And that's why, for us, we're so picky about who we want in this space because we really believe in quality. We want to make sure that people leave going, that felt really good, or but they can talk to us about it if they don't feel good about it, and we can have an open discussion about it, or we just look after them in any way we can. But a lot of people, unfortunately, in this industry are out there to make money, and they will take your money happily and off you go. And it does make it really, really difficult when you come from a place of heart space and genuine intentions that not everyone necessarily knows. And that's why I think it's important for people to, a lot of people on Zendaily have got to know us, and they know that we're very genuine, and our goals are very, very different to most people. So to be able to bring people on board and share those ethics and values is really cool. And we've loved having Tasha. It's so cool having your energy in the shop, having you running around the shop, and it's so cute.
Develop your craft as well is really cool.
Yeah, it's been an awesome journey so far, and we really appreciate you so much.
I love the opportunity,
Yeah.
Like as I told you, I never really it was always a distant dream, sort of being in a real shop, around people that are like-minded. It was something that I never actually thought I'd be able to do until I became rich.
We always think
You know
that it's
what I
like
mean?
you gotta be rich before you meet that.
Yeah,
You're like,
you're gonna, but
Well,
it's
the
gonna-
great thing about being in this space is we're all very sensitive to energies. And when you gel, and you know pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
So, we like you straight away.
Yeah.
So,
So,
it's good to be picky.
oh, that's 100%. You have to be.
Yeah,
You have to
especially
be.
in this, because all it's going to take is for one person to come in here that has the wrong intentions, and it tarnishes it for everyone.
Yeah.
So we are very picky, and some people might find that annoying. Like Jess and I, one of our rules are whoever wants to work in this space, we want to experience what you do first, and that's just so that we can really see and feel what you're about. And I think that's a really important practice.
And it's really sad too. Like a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, but it is a big industry. There are people out there that do things in a way that I personally don't agree with, and it can be really damaging.
Yeah.
And everyone that does readings has experienced this. Someone will come to them, they'll be like, oh, I had a reading from this person and they said this and it really fucked me up. And
Yeah.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
So do I. So do
Yeah,
I.
people come in to our shop all the time saying that, and it's been really good and bad. Bad that they've been through it, but kind of good that we can show them that it's not all the same.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
You can go to a reader that is tactful and thinks about the way they say things and is ethical and so
And I think
we're really big on that.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's really important for us getting people that we have here on this sort of platform, or even coming into the shop and just having like connections that we have coming up, where you can meet the people that we have working here so that you can feel that and trust yourself. Because like we've always said in every live, if you come in and even if you don't feel like you resonate, that's cool. Not everyone's for everyone, but at least we know that, we're trying to bring people in that at least have that ethics, that they're not going to, send you away feeling worse than when you came in.
Yeah,
Because that's definitely not the goal.
So Tash said, I've had a reading before, didn't really believe in it at all until I walked out of the reading, and the things that came up in it was amazing. Now I believe 100%.
Wow.
So Tracy said, coming into your space yesterday was just such a positive experience.
Aww.
And could feel the good energy all around.
That's good. We work very hard to get to that point.
We do. Daily.
Yeah, 100%. So, I know there was something you were talking about, like, are there any rules or anything that with your readings, like
people you won't read for, or
Yeah, so I have rules, but not everyone. Yeah, everyone has their own rules.
Yes.
But my rules are: I won't read for anyone under 18. I won't read for anyone that's like alcohol affected or anything like that.
or drug affected.
Or drug, yeah, none of that. Gotta be sober with me. What else? Mind blank.
That's okay. They're the main ones, aren't they?
I was going to say that's kind of,
You can't be drug affected.
I won't read for anyone without their permission, so like it's alright if he's coming to the shop and I'm in here, I'm not going to be like,
I have a message for you.
so, you won't catch me ever walk up to anyone and say, I've got a message. It's
Consent
really
is
important.
really important.
Yeah, it really
like
is.
I will always wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
That's about it. Really.
Yeah, no, that's really important, I think, because a lot of people don't have that,
No, I've had people, like, before I was in touch with it all, there was a person I know, and I'm not that, she's a beautiful girl, but she's read her whole life, and that's all she's sort of done. Like, she's never expanded on it or grown on it, and she told, like, people really close to me that I had a really dark shadow around me, and it scared her that much. She didn't want to be in the room with me. Now, she didn't tell me that, but she told someone else that, and these people believe that she can connect. She's proved that she can connect multiple times, but like that could have been so damaging for anyone to hear. And it's like, don't catch me do that, because that's not true. But it worked out, like, at that point in my life I was going through different things, loss, grief. Of course I had a shadow around me, but
depressed.
but it wasn't anything to be scared of per se. But she's like, oh, this can't be in the same room.
She made out like you were evil.
Essentially.
And I think it's just not knowing too. Like, a lot of people, maybe they do see something and it's like, they don't know what it is.
It's all
Instead of
about
having a conversation.
Yeah,
100%. Perception is very important. So, I think having open, honest communication is important, because then you can talk through that and figure it out together. And that's what it's all about in this space. It's like, we're not all perfect, we are still human, but if we can work together through this, that's what it's all about, and being able to grow in this space is, awesome.
Tracy asked, are you able to do sessions with multiple people at once? Mum was looking at coming with me.
Oh, like a group thing?
Yeah, so I do, for two people can come and pay the normal price for an hour or half-hour session. But as soon as it gets over that, it's classed as a group reading, which I do group readings. It's like at a lower price, and everyone gets a certain amount of time. And that's usually on Zoom, but I have been thinking about it.
I was going to say, maybe we should
I've been thinking
thing.
about doing like a group thing here where it's like tea time in spirit, and like we have a cup of tea and we sit on the mat, because my best readings are the ones where it doesn't feel like a job interview. So when I'm sitting at a table and someone's in front of me, I'm a bit like you know what I mean? But if I'm just sitting like this with someone and I'll just start connecting and I'll just be relaxed and chill, and like it's so much better. I'll get names and everything, like they'll just come through so much better. So I've been thinking about
tea time with spirit.
Yeah,
look at that.
And then you have like a tea and stuff.
Teacups.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
What do you guys reckon? I think that's a genius idea. I love that. I love the idea of group sessions. I think it's good to, connect with each
And
other.
they're
Right?
so different. I did a group session a couple of weeks ago, and in the session we said we'll go around in a circle, right? So I went to the first one, and then we changed our mind and we said no, we'll go across the circle like this. And I went across here, and I'm talking to a spirit for this person, but it's for this person. So they wanted us to go around in a circle,
Spirit hadn't
and
caught up with
then,
that memo.
and then we went around the circle like they wanted us to, and because they run the rules. And another facilitator that was there was in the circle, but she wasn't meant to be read. So I read for the person after her because she wasn't meant to be read, and she goes, "Hang on, that's for me." So then we had to read for her as well. So it's just how I did another one, and the electricity will come out, and they had no electricity,
Oh.
they were hotspotting phones, and we were just connecting through like phone. I was like, "Oh, sorry," but like they're so eventful too. So it's just so fun.
Spirit is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like they're
They
very
run the
cheeky.
show. They absolutely run the show.
That's so cool.
Tash said that's an amazing idea. You should so do it.
That'd be so much fun.
So Trace just wanted a recap on the pricing. So what would you charge for half an hour, and a group?
80 for half an hour, 120 for an hour, and for a group it's $45 per person. Per person, $45 per person. Yeah.
So if you and your mum want to come for an hour, that'd be
120.
120. So I think that sounds amazing.
That's really good going.
It really
If you
is.
split it between you, that's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So 2 people are more than welcome to come for a reading. Usually it's even more exciting because if this person gets something, this person usually remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like we got that connection.
I think I had a reading done, not a spirit one or anything. It was just one of those ones where they knew all the numerology and so they spout off all this stuff. And I had it on loudspeaker because it was over the phone, and Katie was there, and there'd be things that I'd forget, and Katie'd be like, "Oh, remember she said this?"
Yeah,
Like,
how good is it when you get someone to remind you?
You do forget. And on that note, you leave little notes, don't you?
Yeah, I write it all down. So everyone gets paper at the end. And I always say during my readings, if something doesn't make sense now, it's going to make sense later. And that has come true for so many different things. Like I've said, I can't even remember now, but I'm sure I've said things where it's like that person doesn't know.
We should look back at mine.
We should look back at
Yeah,
yours.
because it might make sense now.
Yeah. Maybe they were just coming in a bit
There was
early.
part of it that didn't make sense. So yeah, we should really
do
look
that.
back at it.
We should actually do that.
Yeah,
Because do I have it? Or do I give it to
It
you?
was in the book.
Did I take a photo?
No,
Oh, you might have taken the photo.
You were writing in a book. Do you still have the book?
I still have the book, but I'll have to go through it.
I'll recognise it if I see it.
Yeah,
so
I'll
if you
bring
go,
it in.
is it this one? I'll
Yeah.
go for this one.
I'll be like,
I was going to say, just pick a page.
Such
Why
a
would
big
you?
book. Yeah, but I can't remember now. But I'm sure there's been experiences where I've said something
Yeah.
and then hasn't made sense at all, and then they've left and it's made sense.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe they talk to a friend or something.
yeah,
Like, oh, that sounds like
it
blah blah blah
makes
blah. Like,
sense.
oh, duh. Because I think that's happened to me. I was mentioning something to my mum with that specific reading over the phone, and then she's like, "Oh, did you know that this family member did that?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Like the information's right, but somebody else knows it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
such a good confirmation too, because people sometimes just see you back and they're like, "Wow, you did it," and I'm like, "Yes."
So
Thank
cool.
you.
So you
I
do,
just realised.
yeah, right. So you do online ones too, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I know Tracy's in Geelong. Sorry, took a minute. So could she do an online one with you?
Yeah.
Is that an option as
Yeah,
well?
onlines are the same as in person. The only difference is for in person, you're literally with me. But
Yeah.
online, you're on the screen. Like, there's no difference. People often sort of panic and they're like, "No, I want in person. Online's not going to be as good." But it's like before this, it was just online. So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty easy.
Yeah. So if that works better for you, that's also an option. Amazing idea. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for what's to come. I know that you've got lots of ideas that you've been running through, and obviously this whole space is expanding all the time. And yeah, I'm really keen to see where we end up.
It is good.
I can see lots of different like collaborations and events and just I don't know connections happening, which is what it's all about, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah, because I want to like work on it and help people see like their signs from their loved ones. Because often people come to me and they're like, "But I don't see any signs," and it's like,
You're not
"They're
paying
there,
attention."
but we can't see it. They're
Yeah.
there, but we're not recognizing, you know."
Yeah.
And people get like really upset because you know online it'll say, "Oh, it's feathers," and they're like, "Oh, I've never seen feather." And it's like sometimes it's not a feather. Sometimes it's red Toyota Yaris. Why did I say Toyota Yaris?
I don't know.
But like, know what I mean? Sometimes it's like something.
It's a message, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is, like, in today's society, and it's a big part of what I work with people, is we're so busy. And I even literally just printed off a thing to put on our office today, is take time to stop. Like, if you're constantly like doing this all day, you're going to work, you're sorting the kids out, and you're running over here, and you're cleaning over here, and you're on the phone to this person, you're social media scrolling, like, of course you're not going to see the signs, because you're so in this world that you're not going to, if you don't take time to stop and breathe and to look around, you are going to miss the signs. So I think it's important to stop and just pause and just take a minute to really, pay attention. And if you are wanting a sign, ask. Like if you ask,
they answer.
Looking for a sign.
I
saw you going,
I know. Boy, do I know. I have to tell you that story. I haven't told you that yet, but far out do I know that to be true.
Yeah. You've had some very.
All you have to do is ask out loud.
Yeah. Well, I did that when I was pregnant with my second. I found out, and I was like in a bit of a way where I was like, oh, my first was like 3 months old, and I was pregnant again.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that's how it was. But I was like, give me a sign. tell me this is like, because I was so conflicted.
Yeah.
And then literally got in the car, and they were like, because we were at mum's at the time, and they're like, get a rental. On the radio it said something about getting rentals, and then after that,
growing family.
after that, the medical about going to the doctor about your pregnancy, right? And I was like, oh, sign, right? And then we were in a rental crisis. This is the best story ever. I was like, I found a house, and I was like, all right, I'm going to apply for this one and only house. I didn't even inspect it. I just applied for it. Guess what? I got the house.
Oh my
That's
God.
a sign. Kept the baby. It was a bad thing to do, but I was like, sign.
Well, you got to know. You want to be organised.
I was like, I don't know. Make the decision for me. Like, I was bleeding and stuff, pregnant with him too, and I was like, what is that? But no, he was fine. I was like, okay.
Yeah, wow.
So
That's amazing.
I'm 2.
You got 2 puppies. 2
That's a
puppies.
lot. I know. I'm not doing this.
2 under 2?
2 under 2, and
Wow.
reading for everyone. And
Yeah, you're a busy mama.
yeah, they speak to spirits too, so that's
Do they really?
Yeah, they pick up it before I do. Right?
Yeah, they are so in tune. The younger they are, the more in tune they are, and it's cool. And because they have a mum like that, they can.
I know, my
explore.
oldest, like, he randomly just goes up to people and he touches them, and he like heals them with his hands. He's like, he looks up at me, does this, and they're like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, yeah, he's really messing with your energy. He's getting there. He's getting there. He's helping.
That's so adorable. They're amazing. No, that's amazing. Oh my god. Sometimes I forget that you have
I
children.
know.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's like as if you could forget. I'm sure they keep you on your toes.
Say me too.
I don't forget.
You just hear a mom, you're like, oh shit!
Oh yeah, those little gremlins.
It's so funny. Anyone that's been on my lives on my page, like, will see, like, you'll hear a kid cry or something, and I'm like, they're okay. It's just because mum's on her phone.
Yeah. They're fine, I promise.
Okay.
It's probably better if you're in person than because you're like, bye, going over here now. No, that's awesome. I'm really excited. I'm keen to watch you grow and just expand on this whole world that
We're on a little journey together.
Yeah, thank you.
And I love it so much. I remember you shared the thing I wrote about mediumship, and I said I couldn't smell the taste. That's changed. I can smell the taste all the time, so it's like I can't even write things because things change so much. I'm like, I'm getting this, I'm getting this, and it's crazy.
That just shows you're on the right path.
I think the more and more, you just step into it and fight the fear and just do it anyway. It's just you're just gonna grow, like, and then. Because we talked about it the other day, we talk about raising the vibration. So the more you do the work and raise your vibration, I feel like you're going to connect even deeper.
Yeah.
Because your vibration, if it's low, it's hard to read. Is that right? Is that right for both of you?
Yeah.
If you're having a low energy day.
That's why I won't do readings when I'm in a certain headspace.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, exactly. Because your
Yeah,
vibration.
you've really got to be ready for it. Like, and you've got to be, like, especially in mediumship, you've got to be ready for whatever is coming. For you, you don't know. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. So, like, you've got to be ready for anything because you see everything. Everything will happen and you see it. So you've really got to be in a good headspace. And with your own grief too, like, I've had to really focus on my own grief and heal my own grief because I couldn't sit across from someone and get triggered by how their loved one passed because I had experienced something similar and it was happening. It was, people were coming to me like, and it was like spirit saying you need to work on it, and then I had to really transform that. So it's not as easy as it looks.
No,
you
don't just get to see someone and go, oh hey, like no.
People always say like I'm really jealous, like I want to talk to my loved ones all the time, but it's not even like you get to do that.
You don't get to choose.
Like they'll come to me if I really need help and guidance at a specific time, but it's not like I get to talk to them every day.
It's not like they're, you and me sitting here having a chat.
It's completely different.
Sorry, my legs are still sore from moving and my hips are like, I'm so fidgety. These guys are probably like, why can't you sit still?
We've got some more comments coming through. So Tracy said, I'm definitely excited to book a session soon.
Yay.
Tash said, oh no, Cooper was in hospital on Sunday.
Oh no.
He had croup and asthma.
I swear that's going around. Everyone's having problems with breathing.
Yeah, my sister was in the hospital yesterday as well with the same thing.
Yeah.
Not croup though.
I was going to say,
She's like a grown ass about it. I'm sorry to hear that, Tash. I hope he's feeling better and on the mend.
Oh, good.
It's definitely the season for all the little viruses and bugs and things going around.
Yes, lots of garlic, guys. That's what I was annoying Nan with that today. I'm like, we're going to load your food with garlic.
It is really good for you.
I love garlic. That was awesome. Is there anything else we want to mention while we're here? You guys got any questions?
Not that I can think of. Unless you guys want to ask anything. Is there anything you think you want to add or?
I'm always down for a conversation before people book into. Like, heaps of people, like, I'm not offended when people message me and say, how do you get your information? It's just a matter of if you believe how I do it. Because it's like channeling.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy to answer any sort of questions that you do have before a reading. Like, I understand you want to get a feel of someone before you connect.
Well, it's a very personal thing, isn't it?
It's really, it is personal because I find out like family secrets and everything. Like, it's, you know what I mean? And that's another thing I want to mention. All my readings are confidential. I won't tell anyone about it. So it's really personal. Like, I've read for some really cool people. I can't talk about it, but I've read some really cool.
Wish I could tell you.
Believe me when I say.
Like, like, you'd be surprised who gets readings. So.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't tell anyone about it. Sometimes I'll ask, like, at the end of reading, I'll be like, oh my god, like, that was really cool. Can I mention this?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, of course. So, like, you know, I pick up on different things like that. Oh, that's what I want to mention. Good memory. So, you see, I have tattoos in my readings. My tattoo, because it's healed, if you look at it, in my readings, if someone got a tattoo in memory of that spirit, this will flare up like it was just done, and it will, you can feel it, like you can, it will rise. And isn't that crazy of the tattoo? I wanted to mention that because it's cool how it affects your body.
That's so cool.
It is cool.
It's cool because it's not happening to me, so.
It is cool, and it'll get really itchy, and I'll start itching it. I'll be like, do you have a tattoo? Show me your arms.
Yeah, I think one of these people that are on your body is coming through. Which one will it be? That's so cool. I love that.
That can change your body too.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Although I itched my leg once and it was really itchy. Like, I wanted the leg off. Like, it was so itchy, and it turned out that spirit got that leg. Yeah. So that's, you know, it's just cool how it all show you.
Isn't it? That's so cool.
It's like a game of charades.
Yeah. If they smoked, they'll like come through and they'll like make me start smoking. And I'll be like, smoke. If they drank, they'll show me they're drinking. Their drinking habits. So it's really cool how they all sort of come through.
Wow. So is there any, like, does anyone come, like, are there spirits that won't come through? Like, is that a thing? Like, well, I guess you wouldn't know, would you? But
I don't know.
Like, I just wonder, like babies come through.
Babies come through. So babies is really funny, and it's a bit controversial amongst mediums. So mediums will say absolutely not, it doesn't happen. But in my experience, it's like I've read for people, and like I've had a baby pop in, and I've read for people, and I've had like a grown person come through, but they passed as a baby, but the mum actually chooses to believe that they're growing as a spirit. So like the mum thinks, okay, it would be 12 this year. So they imagine their child 12, and that's how it will come through.
Wow.
But it's strange.
Wow.
And for things like miscarriage and stuff, I'll see like pink or a blue dot, and it'll fly in my vision, and that's how I can tell. But I did a reading recently, and the girl was sitting across from me, like I couldn't see. She had a blanket on and everything, and then the spirit was like, "There's baby in her tummy." And I was like, I don't want to say that. Like, in case I'm wrong, I don't want to scare anyone. And then like I was like, she kept saying it. I was like, "Is there a baby in your tummy? Like right now?" And she's like, "Yeah." Yeah, like she wanted me to say it, like she wanted me to pick up on it, and that's why I kept pushing it. I was like, I don't want to scare anyone here. But no, she was yes, like that's what's happening.
Wow.
So it's cool.
So how do you know, like you said about the pink and blue dots, how do you know how do you get to know that means that, you know what I mean? Like, or is it just practice?
Yeah, it took me a little bit to work it out. As like it all starts with it happens in one reading, I don't understand it, and then I'll sort of talk to the person, and then they'll sort of mention it, and then it'll happen a couple more times, and it'll all make sense for that, and that's how it comes in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's a bit.
So I always wondered how you deciphered the randomness. Like some of them seem obvious, like you smell smoke.
Yeah,
but
some of them it's like it's different too. Like my way of seeing a mum come through might be different to how you would see a mum come through. So it's like really making your own dictionary in your mind on how. Because it comes through so differently. If someone didn't speak English as their first language, they'll show me pictures. And that took me ages to realise. That took me, because I was like, oh, this is strange. Like, because they don't ever usually talk to me in just one way. Usually they'll say it and then they'll speak it and then I'll feel it. But this, like, sometimes it's just pictures and I'm like, why am I getting just pictures? And then it'll be,
you don't speak their language. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's great.
But I still understand them because it's spirit, but it's like they're just showing me how it was on earth.
Well, it makes sense. If speaking in English wasn't natural for you, then why would you choose that as a way to communicate?
Yeah, 100%. If they're trying to communicate something,
they want you to understand them.
Yeah.
They're not going to speak in their language.
Yeah.
Have you ever had other languages come through?
No. No, just the pictures, and that's how I recognise.
Yeah.
I haven't had too many come where I can like get what they spoke, because that's another thing. Usually people are like a bit excited about it and they're like, oh yeah, they're from Turkey, and it's like, oh. So they say it before you can get it sometimes, which is fine, I don't mind. And that's another thing, heaps of people say, oh, never tell a medium anything, and I believe that to an extent, but I can pull through. It doesn't matter if someone really feels the need to say, oh, that's my brother and this happened and this, I'll focus in on something else, I'll get something else to show you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like to shut anyone down for just speaking.
Yeah. So, I thought, what was it? Because people seem to think, you can't, like, don't give them information. But do you find, like, say for example,
make a reading really difficult.
Yeah, if you're sitting in front of me and you're like this and you're like, the whole time, inside I'm squealing.
like, am I right? Is this
like, and it's not like I care to be right, it's just like, I don't, you know what I mean?
How do you move on to the next
phase?
It
is literally like a game of charades.
It is.
You have to work it out together.
Yeah, it's like, I need something to make me
see if you're on the right track.
because if I feel like I'm not getting it right, like just I try not to, but like if I feel like I'm not getting it right, I'll start to close off. Because I'll be like, oh, you're wrong. And then I'll be like, oh, you're wrong. And then it'll just keep going lower and lower and lower, and it'll be harder to grasp that connection. So if I've already gone lower after this person's gone times, and then they go, no, you're 100% right, keep going. I'm like, I'm already down.
I don't think I can do that now.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You sort of zone out.
So do you encourage, like, people, like, for those who are listening, if you've got enough information, oh, yeah, that's my auntie.
Yeah,
just sort of, then you can move on.
Don't say too much. Absolutely, don't say too much, because, like, people are shifty. But, sort of say or, like, seem a little bit interested, and
just give some kind of
just sort of,
if you're on the right track.
Yeah, I think that's important, because I couldn't think of anything worse than just being like, is this working for you?
Yeah, well, you hear cold readings from like readers, like the readers give the cold readings, but I've had so many cold readings from like people coming to me, and it's like it makes you feel like really bad because they're so skeptic, and they're so closed off to the idea that they're just like sitting there and they're like, you get this list of stuff and they're like, yeah, and they're like, but what was their name? If you can hear them, what's their name? I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought telling you how they passed was good enough, really. Like, I don't know their name, I'm sorry.
You're only giving me what they'll give me.
Yeah.
And
like,
is that the thing, like, can you ask for more information, or will they only give you what they want to give you?
no, so usually I do ask, people just can't hear me asking, so like I'll, you know, bring them in and I'll be like, alright, we've got to get this evidence through, work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like help me sell it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to work for some, because it's like the information they give me is like they liked green cordial and it's like work with me against this. But yeah, there's usually like one bit of information, and as soon as that bit comes through somewhere in the reading, it's like bam, we've got it. That's who you are type thing.
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, it's really dependent.
So Tash wants to know, how does she book in with you?
Can message me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your social media handle?
Tasha Louise Medium on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Email is tashalouisemedium, no spaces, @gmail.com. You can message. A lot of people email me. Or you can book through the girls as well.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to ask me.
I know some people don't want to make connection with me first, which looks
Yeah.
really mind. That's fine.
And Tash wants to know, do you get tired or drained after you do a reading?
I used to, but then I learned that I could use your energy and not mine.
Yeah.
So now I'm fine after a reading.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nothing worse.
I used to go to sleep. My family would know I had a really good reading session if they found me asleep on the couch, because I'd go to sleep straight away.
Wow.
Straight after, it didn't matter what time of day. And it was because I was using all my energy to connect, and then I realised I didn't have to.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go, I didn't know that.
It's really interesting.
Isn't it? That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Fascinating.
fascinating. Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Hi, Karen. Welcome.
We are getting towards the end of the live, Karen, so unless there's more questions,
Yeah, we're always happy to chat. Just
but
Yeah,
as
like-
always, you can watch it back. You know.
Yeah.
I don't.
learn some more about it. And obviously, if you think of anything later, you're like, oh, I wish I'd asked that. Reach out. Like, you're here Friday anyway, so we can always ask. Like, if you ask us, we can always,
Yeah, it's just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask.
That's it. Hey, Emery.
Hi, Emery.
That's okay, Karen. It's hard. We are starting earlier these days. We're not running late like we used to.
Yeah, we're getting old now.
We're getting on. We want to go to bed. We got a shop to run. So we got to try and prioritise our hours a little bit. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. It was really fun to
Yeah, it's lovely to chat.
and we'll definitely have you on again in the future, because I think it's good to do it a couple of times because different people jump on and things change.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have you on again, and keep your eye out. And yeah, if you come to our group events or whatever, usually Tash is around, and we're in the shop hanging out. So just yell out if you wanna, you wanna know any more.
Yeah.
Much love to us. You guys rule. We really appreciate you as always coming on every week and seeing us. I think next week we will do a shopping in-store live. So if you
Crystal
are keen,
live.
yeah, if you're keen to see our shop stock, because we've got heaps of cool new stuff in. You can check it all out. We'll do them every now and then. This weekend we have White Night, so we will be opening the shop for White Night. So we are thinking there might be some freebies and some incentives to come say good day to us. So if you're thinking of going to White Night, pop in and say hi to us. We'd love to see you. And I don't think there's much else I can think of that's happening that I was worth mentioning.
Just that we've got a market coming up on the 7th.
Oh yeah.
Or, it'll be at St. Pat's Hall.
Oh yes.
So it'll be on our social media.
Yeah.
I haven't ironed out the details just yet, like times and all that. But we will be there. We have been accepted.
We also have connections. I think that's next weekend as well. So it's on the 8th. Is that next weekend or is it the weekend after?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Yes, it is too. Oh my god, this month's gone. Ugh. Anyway, so
Let's
come
not
to
think about that.
connections. Yeah, I can't believe how quick this year's gone. But yeah, come to Connections. It'll be a great way to. Are you going to be there for Connections?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome! So Tash will be there.
I'll be there. Probably the child, but
That's good. That's what we want. That's what it's a family-friendly event, guys. So bring your kids.
Yeah.
Bring some snacks. We've got colouring in books. We've got cards. We've got books.
We can do readings for each other. And
Yeah, just hang
How
out.
would that be? Just sit
Yeah.
in the tea time. This room.
There you go. We're gonna have our
Cheese and
tea.
biscuits.
So yes, if you are keen to come to that, I think that'd be good. We're going to try and run them once a month because I think it's really important to just connect. But yeah, that's us. So much love. Hope you have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you during the week. If not next week, if not soon.
We'll let you know when the live's going to be.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
My foot's asleep, just letting you know.